Everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today we're doing a double-digit video, you guys. This is my declutter number 10. This is where I am going through my makeup and beauty collection, in this case all makeup, and getting rid of things that don't work for me, are broken, don't like, etc, etc. I will try to rehome everything that I can, and some stuff is just... well, actually, in this video, we should be pretty good to rehome stuff. Now, I tend to do these declutters at about 5 products at a time because I have a hard time decluttering. So once it's ready to get to a video, we're good. I've got a lot to declutter. Some items you may have forgotten from Project Pants that I said I was going to declutter because it's been a long time since I decluttered in declutter number 9. This video is incredibly eyeshadow heavy. I do have one item you have not seen before, like at all on this channel. And then I am decluttering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 singles and most of the palette. I'll explain that one when we get there. So let's dive into the things that just simply are not worth it and not working for me. Starting off with this throwback, you guys. I think I said I was going to declutter this back in December. This is from Lancome. This is their Juicy Tubes Original. It's a lip gloss in Spring Fling. You can see I did dent the top of it. Like, it was full all the way. The problem with this is simply the formula. I don't like how this feels on the lips. It is thick. It is just kind of just not so good. Smell is fine. I did get this in a Sephora Favorites kit, which of course is a pretty decent value part of that kit. But I'm just not a fan of these items, so that one, unfortunately, is going to go. The second item, this is the one you have not seen before in my videos, in my collection here. It is actually a single eyeshadow. This is from Annabelle. This is their metallic magnetic eyeshadows. This is in Magnetic Fire. This is what it looks like in here. This is a very malleable formula. You can push, you could hit pan on this super easily. This looks gorgeous. Okay, guys, this is stunning. The problem is it's so pretty. It is so pretty, but it does not stay on the eyes at all. Like, this disappears so incredibly quickly, so fast, which is so unfortunate because, like, that is stunning. That is so pretty, but I just don't have the time or the patience if it's not going to stay on the eyes, unfortunately. All right, let's get into the eyeshadows that I'm going to be decluttering. Let's start with the stuff that originally I had kept from declutter number 8, which was my massive eyeshadow palette ripping apart decluttering video. Make sure you check that out. These I have decided they are going to leave anyway. And we're going to start off with the Athr Beauty palette. And now, unfortunately, I'm only keeping one shade from that palette, which, like, now is that worth having ripped that apart? Ugh. But these shades, they're all more of like a topper shade. They don't build up on the lid. They fade off of the lid. And I'm just not gonna mess around with them, unfortunately. So I have 3. The first one here is this gold in Sunrise. And again, it's just with personal preference, right? It's beautiful in the swatch. Then let's actually do this one next. This one is Sunset. So again, another really pretty color. And Afterglow. Afterglow's that one there. Again, gorgeous swatching. That's why I kept these, but they don't stay on the eye, and I don't have the patience to use these guys as toppers. I want eyeshadows that are just going to work for me right away. Next, let's go with a palette that was very recently finished on my Use Those Eyeshadows project, where I try to use an eyeshadow 10 times, use the palette holistically. Of course, these are singles, so using what was in that Z palette holistically. And I have 2, 4, 5 shadows from the Ciate London Royal Edition palette. So let's talk about them. Let's actually start with the shade that did get the 10 uses. I should have just stopped, you guys. This is Castle. You can see it got a little beat up. It did get a little bit beat up doing the depotting, unfortunately. But you may notice, partly because of that depotting, look at that little sliver of pan there at the bottom there. This is, okay, here's my problem, you guys. This is too light to be a transition shade, okay? And I have so many like kind of setting shades that it's like, well, this one is just really not. It's not the best, you guys. Okay, so there's this one here. I just didn't enjoy it. Right, for the crease, like it doesn't really do anything. And I'm not fancy enough with my makeup to do the whole like, oh, this is gonna like blend things out and diffuse things. That's just not how I do my makeup at this time. So, you know what? It's just going to go. It's not bringing me joy. Same with Palace, which is their lid setting shade. Again, I just have a lot of these. And it did get a little bit beat up in the whole process of trying to rip the palette apart. This one's a little bit peachy-er, but that's that one there. So that's gonna go. These ones I think were the ones I repressed. So I'm gonna blame it on me and not on the palette. But none of them, like all of these I would use as like, this one as maybe a transition shade, the others as deepening up shades, but they just disappear. They come off the lid so fast. So this one is in Royal Family. So that one, right, that's that brown. Oh, yeah. A little bit patchy too. But again, that could be me with repressing. But yeah, that's a little bit deep for the crease actually. So that one's gonna go. This one in Crowning Glory. A little bit deeper there. Again, you can kind of see that patchiness. And again, could be me. Could be just me. But that's going. As is this deepest one, which my name is gone, so I'll just throw it up on the screen once I'm able to identify which one. Yeah, this one definitely was one I repressed myself. We're just gonna keep going up the arm. Yeah, I have so many neutral palettes that I get from BoxyCharm, so it's just not worth it to me to keep this shade. So that is also gonna go. I am gonna declutter one shade from the Ace Beaute Nostalgia palette. This is in the shade Raspberry. I just have to be realistic with myself. I'm not really gonna use a shade like this. There's still some shades I've kept. I'm not sure I will use either, but it's this one here. I'd use it as a deepening shade. I have similar in my collection. And again, I like my browns. I like a dark brown in the outer corner. But that's that one there. I've got similar. So I don't need to keep this particular shade. So that one is also going to go because I just don't think I'm really going to get a lot of use out of it. I'm not going to gravitate towards this when I have other options. And then we have the big one, you guys. This came from my ABH Norvina Pro palette, or Pro Pigment Volume 1 palette. This was indeed featured in my Declutter number 8, because I did want to rip this apart, because there were some shades I obviously did want to keep. Now, of course, this palette is a little bit dangerous, because, you know, it requires actually not only just plucking it out and getting it out there, but you actually have to, like, I followed the tutorials, or rather, I made my husband follow the tutorials because I personally was not comfortable melting the plastic a little bit to be able to push the eyeshadows out. I made my husband do it because he has a background in science, so, you know, chemistry, technology, so I just made him do it because he's trained in lab safety. So kids, don't try this at home. So yeah, you can see the palette's a little bit beat up here. And I kept shades A1, which is the main reason I wanted to keep it. A1, A4, B2, B3, C1, C2, C5, D2, D4, E1, E5. Yes, I did end up keeping D4, even though I didn't meet my goal and use those eyeshadows with it, because again, it was in this palette and I was having a real hard time with it. Why I have decluttered the rest of these. Again, there's lots of pretty purples in here, but they're just coming across patchy. Why are these so patchy? So I'm just going to walk you through my thought process for all of the ones that are still in here. So starting with D2, which is a gorgeous, like this is a very like colorful palette. But again, a lot of this is patchy, and that could be age, okay? Because this came in the takeover box from BoxyCharm. This was July. That's gonna be like 3 years ago now, I think. So it's just a little bit patchy, and I don't think I'm going to use it. Moving on to A3, this next one here. Again, a really pretty purple, which I would use in the outer corner, but do I? Right. I am trying to be realistic here. Okay, those swatches are gonna get a little bit hard to see. A5, easy pass. This is a hot pink. I don't use these kinds of colors. So, and I'm actually kind of gravitating away from pinks in general. So that one is a go, easy. B1, so it's coming across more purple on camera. It is more of a pink though. Let me just get a little swatchy. So there it is. It's getting hard to show all of these here. All right, so let's just try to get this so you can actually see these colors better. So that's that one there. Again, just have to be realistic with myself. Am I going to reach for these? And especially not, like definitely not in this palette, but even to put in the work of depotting all of these, I don't think it's worth it. I am trying to be selective. I am trying to hone down on my collection. All right. Before, this one was so pretty. Okay, so this is the purple here. Very nice. I'll get a little swatch going here for you. Again, will I use it? That's the theme. Okay, moving on to B5 right here. Like, that's my struggle, you guys, okay? Like, again, nice purple, but, you know, a little bit patchy there, a little bit. Hard to build up properly. And I played with some of those purples when I have used these palettes before. Okay, let's go with C3. C3 is a beautiful color, okay? However, I have a lot of these in my collection, and this is like a reddy kind of color, and I've got them and I don't use them that much, unfortunately, you guys. Like that's, I have them. I have them, I don't use them. I'd rather reach for something else, so that's why that one is going. Next up is C4, this one right here. So a little bit of like another raspberry type shade. Oh, that's okay. It's a pinky swatch, so that's why, but yeah. Yellow is just not a color I'm going to get a lot of use out of. I have from the Nostalgia Beauty palette. I'm going to start swatching up here, you guys. Again, it's a nice yellow, just will I use it? No, and I have a yellow, so I don't need that one. This bright red in D3, I don't use reds. I don't think I really like this is a nice red, okay? Like this is a good one, even with the age of this palette. But am I going to use that? No, I'm not. D5 here is just your basic black shade. You get blacks in so many palettes. I prefer, again, that deep brown, but that is a nice black if you enjoy the black. Very deep, very pigmented. I tend to prefer my blacks not quite that pigmented because, again, I don't use them as liners. I use them as deepening out shades. In the outer crease, which is a lot. The bright orange here. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is like your neon kind of orange. Get the swatch there. I'm just not going to wear it. All right, E3. You can see you got some extra color on it. Again, we're kind of into more of like a mustardy yellow, so nice for fall. I'll kind of swatch it there so you can compare it to the other yellow. So good color, good formula, just not one I'm going to reach for. And then finally, another one I just simply won't reach for. This is like an orangey. It's an orange neon, but it's a deeper orange than our previous one. Let's swatch it over here. Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, that's a terrible Terrible swatch. There we go. A little bit better. So ultimately with having this many shades that either I'm not going to reach for or just I really don't like, the other shades that I do enjoy get lost in this palette, and therefore I'm not going to reach for them. I'm not going to use them. And at that point, what is the point? Because I should be excited. I want to be excited to reach for any eyeshadow that gets rolled into my project, because otherwise I should be depotting, decluttering, rehoming, because makeup's supposed to be fun, right? And these simply, they're not for me. So, like I said, a lot of eyeshadow that I've been removing them from my spreadsheet as I've been going, because no point rolling something in that I'm not going to use because I'm technically considering it decluttered. So all of these are removed from my use that eyeshadow spreadsheet, and it just helps to curate the collection further. I'm getting more understanding of what I like, what I don't like, the formulas, the wear time. Again, I am not a talented makeup artist. I am not a makeup artist at all. So I need my makeup to work for me, to be easy. So that's why I've decided to declutter most of this table, plus then the one random lip gloss, because that's been sitting here for a while. But that is going to complete declutter number 10. Oh my goodness, 10 declutters already. So we've said goodbye to at least 50 items so far. Yeah, wow. But give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy declutters, and if you enjoy like lots of eyeshadow swatches all over. They're not the best. Apologies. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below, and I look forward to see you guys in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.